Hello, my name is Angad Kahlon, and this is my video for Lab 6, which is about Propositional Logic for the course Com 380 Artificial Intelligence at UFE for the semester fall 2023. So, to start off this lab, we have the preliminary questions. So, the first question is, what is an interpretation? Interpretations are when all variables have been assigned values, but those values, it's not necessary for those values to satisfy any constraints. What is a model? Is question two. So models are just interpretations that satisfy any constraints present. Question three is, what does it mean for a proposition to be entailed by a knowledge base? A proposition to be entailed by a knowledge base means that if all the information in the knowledge base is true, then the proposition should also be true. Question four is, what does it mean for a proof procedure to be sound? So for a proof procedure to be sound, the following must be true. So if G can be derived from KB, or the knowledge base, that implies that G is true in all models of KB, or the knowledge base. Question five is, what does it mean for a proof procedure to be complete? For a proof procedure to be complete, the following must be true, where we have, if G is true in all models of KB, or the knowledge base, that implies that G can be derived from KB. So part two of this lab is we have a sample knowledge base where we are given this information and we have to find out which of the interpretations are models. So right off the bat, we can see that C is by itself. So that means C has to always be true, meaning that this I1 is not even is not a model. So then we have to look at I2, I3, and I4. So we can have that this is true and this is false, or this is true and this is false, or they both have to be true. So if we look at A and B, B first, so both of them are true, that's okay, but then this is false, so that doesn't work. So both of them are true here, and C is true also, but D is false, so that's not going to work because if we have C is true, we can't go to false. So this is not a model. I2 is not a model. So then we look at I3. We have, if A is false, then B is true, but we can't have that either because if B is true, we can't go to false, so that's not a model. And so I4 is, if B is false, then A is false, that's okay. And then we have C is true, so that's good. And then we have, if C is true, then D is true. So I4 is a model. So then the last question on this lab is, which of the following are true? That if we go back to our question 5, that means that this is true in all models of KB. So if A is true in all models of KB, or B is C or D. So if we look here, we have to see that C always has to be true, and D also always has to be true, because if C is always has to be true because it's by itself, but that means D is always has to be true, because if C is true, this can't be false, D can't be false. So that means C and D always have to be true, but for A and B, it's not necessary that they have to be true. And yeah, that's it for lab 6. Thank you so much for watching and listening.